The second application of Kohlrausch law, calculation of dissociation of weak electrolytes. In that one, we have two things we have to calculate. That is degree of dissociation, and other is dissociation constant. The degree of dissociation is the ratio of molar conductivity to the limiting molar conductivity. Degree of dissociation is here represented as alpha, and it can be given as lambda naught m divided by lambda naught m naught. And here dissociation constant, the other application is to calculate the dissociation constant K, and is also calculated by degree of dissociation by using this formula. Now, the one of the most important question which will be discussed in the which we have to be discussed here, galvanic cell. This is very important with respect to IPE. The galvanic cells. The galvanic cells, when we are discussing about the galvanic cells, these are the instruments which is used to convert the chemical energy into electrical energy. That type of arrangement is called as this type of arrangement, and this type of cell is called as galvanic cell. This is a device. Galvanic cells is a device which converts the chemical energy into electrical energy. What type of chemical energy? Means a chemical reaction, a chemical redox reaction will be taking place. By use of redox reaction, after the completion of redox reaction, the transfer of electrons in the redox reaction can be utilized for the generation of electricity. In this spontaneous oxidation and redox reaction is nothing but spontaneous oxidation and reduction reactions that occurs in the galvanic cells. Example, Daniell cell. Now, explanation part. It contains two off vessels. One vessel containing zinc sulfate solution, and other vessel containing copper sulfate solution. And these two vessels are connected by a salt bridge. This is connected by a salt bridge, and here in the zinc sulfate solution, a zinc rod is dipped, which act as anode, and here copper rod is dipped in the copper sulfate solution, which acts as cathode. Here in the galvanic cells, the point to be noted that in the galvanic cell, the point to be noted that the negative anode, the anode is having a charge negative, and the cathode is having a charge positive in the galvanic cells, whereas in the electrolytic cells, anode is having a positive charge and cathode is having a negative charge. Okay, here in the galvanic cells, we are having a reverse case. That is, here anode is having a negative charge and cathode is having a positive charge. And explanation part is zinc rod is present in the zinc sulfate solution taken in a vessel act as anode, which is negative, and copper rod is dipped in the copper sulfate solution taken in the another vessel act as cathode, which is positively charged. Now next one, the salt bridge. A salt bridge is placed in these two electrodes. It allows only ions through it without mixing of the solution, maintains electrical neutrality. Here, yes, these two vessels are connected by a salt bridge, which is filled with the agar-agar solution, which is a jelly-like substance, which maintains the electrical neutrality. And these two electrodes, these two electrodes, zinc electrode and copper electrode, are connected by a wire through a voltmeter. Now next, galvanic cells. In the galvanic cells, zinc metal in the zinc sulfate solution undergoes a oxidation reaction and loses 2 electrons. Oxidation reaction is nothing but increase in oxidation number of the metal, increase in oxidation number of the metal. Now you can see here zinc, in this one, zinc is having a zero oxidation state. After the lose of 2 electrons, it is getting a positive charge, Zn2 plus. That is the oxidation reaction. Here in this vessel, the zinc metal in the zinc sulfate solution undergoes a oxidation, loses 2 electrons, converts into Zn2 plus at the anode, which is negatively charged. Anode is negatively charged in the galvanic cell. The point to be noted here. Next, the whatever the electrons, the 2 electrons which are gained by the metal, lost by the metal zinc, are carried by here through the wire from here to here, and the electrons which are coming from the wire are catched by the copper plus 2 ions, which are present in the copper sulfate, and copper plus 2 ions accepts the electrons and deposited at the copper, deposited as copper on the copper rod, and the copper plus 2 ions, what will happen is copper plus 2 ions receive the plus 2 electrons receives the 2 electrons and get neutralized and get deposited on the rod as copper metal. That is a reduction reaction, because receiving of electrons, gaining of electrons and decrease in oxidation state is said to be reduction. And the combination of oxidation and reduction reaction, reduction reaction is called as redox reaction. Now next, the galvanic cell reaction. At anode, zinc is losing the 2 electrons, forming Zn2 plus with oxidation, and at cathode, copper is receiving 2 electrons, copper plus 2 is receiving 2 electrons and becoming a copper metal, that is a reduction. And the overall net cell reaction is zinc plus copper plus 2 gives rise to copper plus zinc plus and copper. Okay. Now, standard hydrogen electrode. The standard hydrogen electrode. The standard hydrogen electrode, it is a reference electrode. It is a reference electrode which is used to calculate the electrode potential of other metals and other metals. Now let us see here. Let us The standard hydrogen electrode consists of platinum rod, and electrode is dipped in the acidic solution of 1m HCl. Standard hydrogen electrode consists of platinum rod. Here you can see the rod, platinum rod, platinum wire, which and the hydrogen gas at 1 bar is supplied into this vessel, standard hydrogen electrode, and it is dipped in the solution containing H plus ion, which maintaining a concentration of 1m, that is acid at 1m concentration. Okay. An electrode is dipped in the acidic solution of 1m concentration, and hydrogen gas is bubbled through it. With a pressure maintaining 1 bar, 1 atm. Okay. the electrode potential is taken as 0 at all the temperature. The electrode potential of the standard hydrogen electrode is taken as 0 at all the temperatures. And at this electrode, as this electrode possesses 0 volts potential value at all the temperatures, it is used to measure the potential of cell reactions. It is used to calculate the potential of other metals. It is used to calculate the reducing potential of other of cells. So it is very important to important as a reference electrode. Okay. Now, standard hydrogen electrode is represented as given below. Okay. Now next, batteries. Now we in the electro applications of electrochemistry, when we are discussing about the applications of electrochemistry, we have two types of batteries. Here we are discussing two types of batteries: primary batteries and secondary batteries. Primary batteries, we know in the day-to-day life we are using the primary battery as well as the secondary battery. The primary battery, which is dead after the cell reaction is completed, this cannot be reused again, is known as primary battery. Example, Li-Lanchi cell. That is the batteries which are using in the toys and watches, that considered to be primary batteries, because it's that type of batteries we are not using again and again. Okay. Next is secondary battery. The secondary battery, a battery which undergoes large number of discharging and charging cycles, is known as secondary battery. The battery which are used in the our cell phones, the battery which are used in the our cell phones, we are after the discharging of the uh, power in our cell phone, we are again charging it. So the battery which is present in the cell phone is rechargeable battery. That type of rechargeable battery is considered to be secondary battery. A battery which undergoes a large number of discharging and charging cycles is known as secondary battery. Example, lead storage battery. Now, next is we have to discuss here is corrosion. What is corrosion?